Welcome back, friends, to Occultists Anonymous and our Into the West Mage, The Awakening Chronicle. What one day, 80-something episodes, and I still just stumble my way through that. Hi, welcome back. As always, thank you to everybody who likes, comments, subscribes, shares with your friends. Also, emphasis on the comments. Boost the algorithm, makes us look really cool, and we get to hear your stuff. And yes, that includes posting on the Rookery or this stuff, even if it's 6 years old. I will probably be reading these when I'm in like hospice care. So yes, please add comments. And then, of course, a special shout out to all our patrons who support us monetarily. Thank you to 1D4Con, James, Adele, Alice, Alexander, Alstrit, Bernie, Chris, Doc, Emil, Jeff, Catfeathers, Klaus, Meteor V Bunny, Milo V3, Moku, Mozart D Minor, Nick, Other Guy, Perry, Food, Polka Dot Hubris, Puppeteer, Riafio, Shexar, Starfish, Terran, The Nowhere King, This Is Hype, Thomas, Tom, and Vortex. Thank you all so much for your support. When we last left Helena, she'd gone out on a trip, little work trip with Red Dread, a young upcoming adamantine arrow from New York City, by way of New Zealand, and went out to
great.
Yeah. Went out to Constantinople, found a wild party, and said, oh, this is real bad, and tried to dispel a bunch of spells, and that didn't work. And
it did for most of them.
Yeah, that's fair. And that alone, though, sent Helena into a minor panic of, oh, we need to leave now. I don't know that somebody's coming right now, but soon enough. So very quickly, literally loosing, lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, at these, folks, and rescuing a few others, and then got out of Dodge. Which is actually a Wild West reference, and made their way back to New York City, having basically kicked a nest of fire ants and disrupted, as far as you could tell, another place building gears for the God Machine.
To combat to a hornet's nest.
Yeah. Pretty much. Scattered a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, you wrecked it, but now a bunch of angry things, and we should be good, but probably, lay low for a while. Send Red Dread off to go hang out at some adamantine arrow safe house, and you returned back to your hotel and was thinking of your next steps. So yeah, we pick up there. Actually, if you don't mind me grabbing hold of Max and driving for a second, I think we pick up with Max on her golden road, on the far end of it, staring into a shifting, in my mind, it is like a shifting kaleidoscope of stuff, and like color and form and shapes and things that like could be but aren't, and just this raw potential, completely unfiltered, and really only possibly visible because you're on this golden road, with the idea that maybe she can get some help.
Yep. Because world's a big place. One person even with space magic. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, you will need to make a hang on, where is it? It's like I was looking at rules literally before we hit record. I had all the time in the world, and then just failed to keep note of where we were heading. There we go.
Yeah. Also, like, it's not just I need help, it's I need to be better. Like, in order to do what I need to do, I need to improve myself. And so there's not a lot down in amongst the world that can make me better that
Yeah.
I'll actually encounter. Like, there are things out there, but world's big.
World's big, and a lot of your potential allies would probably be very mad that you are planning, not accidentally, but planning to break the Pax Arcanum.
Yep.
And some of them are going to be aligned with Seers. And really, you don't want news of this plan getting out, because, I mean, the last thing you guys need is anybody knowing what you're about to do, because the whole point of a surprise attack is that it's a surprise. I say, looking at the camera. So I did find the thing. You sacrifice a willpower dot to step into the supernal.
Okay, so I just give one of them up.
Yep. Your max is always your resolve plus your composure, so getting them back. Because we've not been doing XP, and I'm saying this looking at, again, the camera and the audience out there who are wondering, how are they getting this back? It'll be something that I restore to them over time. There are a couple different mechanics that require giving up a willpower dot. Normally you would just spend, I think it's literally just 1 XP to restore willpower dots. But since we're not doing XP with my wicked little Arc Masters, I'm just giving them back over time, so that there is some actual real sacrifice, but they also aren't lost for forever.
Okay, I figured out how to remove one.
Yes, yeah, it's not super great on this character sheet. I keep talking about moving us off of Roll20, but you know what? It's been just so good for us for so long. But yeah. With that, you step into your Centimani, which is nice and cozy. This is the little part of you that Max has established here in the Supernal.
This is like my little shepherd's cottage.
Yep. Yeah, this is literally that little toehold that you put there. This is the lustrum that you create that enables you to actually survive and exist here instead of just being deleted. Previously, it required that like resolve plus, gnosis, I think, roll, and fingers crossed, maybe nobody gets deleted, right? Yeah, nobody got deleted. Now you just sacrifice that dot and now have to well, you're not sure. There is a whole world of the supernal, and this isn't, for Helena, she spent years looking into the aether and being limited to that. Here, this is not the supernal world of the aether. This is the full supernal realm, and it's all out there, navigable more or less by way of, well, kind of the way you travel the astral, just thinking about stuff and navigating to it. And that's also my open offer. Max can go wherever she thinks of.
Okay, so I want to I'm trying to think of what to do, because I need help dealing with keeping an eye on the whole world. After hopping around with Red Dread, how long it took us to find one of them, and that was looking for something that we were pretty sure we could pinpoint, like we could narrow down. Um, yeah, I want to help people. I guess help people help themselves because we can't be there to stop folks from preying on them and using them as factories for gears of oppression.
That they will then use to oppress them. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't. I can't fix this. So I need. Yeah, I need to help them help themselves.
Sure. Do you have a, whereas the astral was very like, concept kind of stuff, here this is all magic, but a lot of magic is fundamental things. Do you have a we'll say arcana or kind of magic you're thinking on, or concepts still work, that you might try and like reach out to, trying to find the supernal symbol of teamwork, helping others. I'll go ahead and let you know that you will not be able to find the supernal symbol of awakening. But I mean, you could attempt to seek out one of the oracles. They elevated you and started you on this path. Where do you think Max would head?
I'm trying to think of, is there a supernal symbol of like protection?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, because supernal realms have everything, in our version of it, we had, Oppenheimer, the new as a supernal being sitting out there, but he was just a reflection of radiation, bombs, nuclear warfare, all these things reflected to create this one little aspect, right? So yes, there's absolutely like a place of protection. So yeah, is that kind of the vibe? And then she kind of pushes out into that.
Yeah, specifically I'm thinking of like the type of like livestock guardian dog vibe that she's named after, of not just not just like a shield, but
maybe a lethal protector.
yes.
Sure, yeah, okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
So you approach this black goo. Sorry.
But yeah, something that can
yeah, you don't want to be merely a shield.
Yes, something that is dangerous in itself, but pointed outwards to protect the things behind
them. Okay. I you put an image in my head, and I'm so good for this. Besides Venom, we skip over Venom, sadly. Maybe another time. So you basically step off. Actually, if I remember correctly, you had the little gate, right?
I have a little gate to my little house.
Yep. And you pass through that and wander off the path that kind of trails out into the grass and the meadows and stuff like that, and move into what kind of feels like the first time you tried stepping into the Sentimani, right? Where you push past the abyss, and not through the abyss, but trying to reach over it into this place that you've been to once. And it's like, I've been there once, I can go back. And you shift. It's kind of like the astral, where like bodily movement doesn't really happen. You just are somewhere. And the little shepherd's cottage falls away behind, and you find yourself facing a line of soldiery. It is 1857. Yeah. It's a little bit dated at this point, but is probably very familiar to Miss Adamantine Arrow of a pike wall
Okay.
and arquebuses, and so not a good old musket, but like the older ones that were even bigger, didn't have rifled barrels. Oh god, they were atrocious, but they were useful. And it is a line of, I almost said faceless, but I think they have faces, but they're kind of distorted and shifting and not entirely like human. Like the supernal realm is not a humanocentric place the way the astral is, right? And so like you looking at them and like that's a human that's a dog face. That is something I've never seen before, but it clearly has eyes and a mouth. And there's a moment where Helena goes, "Are aliens real?" Right, exactly. And it's a shrug, and I don't know, or maybe it's something out of my imagination. But it is a line, covering a hilltop effectively. Pikes are laid down forward, you know, guns, we'll say, because I don't want to keep saying arquebus over and over again. Too many syllables. Guns pointed down. But there's no sign of like we're moving forward. Pikes are notoriously stationary. And probably the adamantine arrow training kicks in and you turn around to see what is coming, and there's nothing. It's just sweeping. It actually probably feels like it blends into that shepherd's cottage, so the shepherd's cottage is long gone. It's just these green hills and this monstrous formation of soldiers that, to the horizon, right? The Rohirrim on the hilltop. I can speak Ash's language and make references. She immediately knows.
Yep.
And it's just, and that's it. There's no other like notable features here. It's the hill. There's potentially something on the other side of the pike and shot line, but that would require approaching it, and I'm just going to give you a heads up. All those pikes kind of yank as you move about. None of the guns are pointed at you. They're all just kind of pointed outwards. And there is has Max been to an emanation realm? I know you haven't been to one in our game because that was with Isabel and Gisela. The fact that those two names are just so entwined in my head. Either way, but yeah, Gisela went into some emanation realms, but has Max ever been to one?
I feel like probably, just as part of her work before. That seems like the sort of thing they would have investigated a few times.
Yeah, make sure they weren't abyssal tainted and stuff like that. Makes sense. So yeah, it has that same sensation where this is a place where arcana rules far more than like even the laws of physics. It definitely has a very big forces vibe here, but there is this strong mind aspect as well. And you're pretty sure you've kind of landed in the realm that you're looking for. And whatever thing is here is at least willing to entertain you because you actually stepped foot here.
They haven't shot also.
No, also yeah, the no immediate violence, correct.
Okay. Well, I'm not being screamed at. There's screaming happening. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of, I guess, step fully into the place and can I like scrutinize the line?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, you talking about like mage site scrutiny?
Yeah, because like I'm here to learn, right? So I want to see.
Okay, sure. Uh, yeah, go ahead and roll Gnosis plus whatever Arcana you want to really throw into it.
I'm rolling Gnosis and Prime. I'm adding a 1 because my Prime is only a 5 when it should be 6.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
4. Wait, no, it does say 6. Why?
Yep. The it's fine. We'll just ignore the 3 that you added to the end there. No big deal.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
The sheet doesn't show 6, but on the back end, on the attributes and abilities,
okay,
you can change it to a 6 there. Yeah. But that's fine. That's still 4 successes, even with your cheater die. The nature of scrutiny, right, is passing mana through and trying to like delve into. And as soon as you try to put mana into this, it feels like a wall, which is something you've never experienced when trying to scrutinize anything, because mana goes into anything, and it feels like it feels like trying to spray water into the ocean, right? It's like it doesn't go in, it just, you just add on top. Congrats, you put mana on mana, the building blocks of existence, and it's just like, oh, okay, that's just a thing. I will tell you that you very quickly also get a it is all one. While there's a bunch of soldiers, it is all just one entity. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll just talk to it. I'm imagining her just sort of standing there, like head cocked to the side as she tries to look at it, and then that's what she gets, and just okay. And then take a step forward and say, I come seeking knowledge. I wish to know about you, your techniques, your tactics.
The entity responds in a very clear voice. For us, we would identify it as sounding almost synthesized, and Max can see that there is no mouths moving, but instead the pike tips smacking against each other, creating a kind of metallic ringing to make the voice. And it says, child of battle, you already know me.
I wish to spread your teachings. I want to help people guard themselves from an outside enemy that is preying on them.
So you seek to give up your sword and shield?
No. I wish to give them their own.
There's a like ripple of the weaponry like adjusting and shifting. Like all these soldiers have been standing stock still, and all of a sudden there's this shift of motions, some shoulders shifting, pikes are, being adjusted in the hand grip, and like a thinking kind of aspect to it. and that it says, man, how would it respond? So, the pikes start to clatter together again, and it says, then teach them. Start a school.
I need more knowledge before I can become a teacher.
You have enough knowledge to make it here. There's very little that you do not know.
Can I summon my avatar here?
Certainly. Matt Mercer's got it, man. You could certainly try. If I remember correctly, that is not a roll that you make. That is just and I do this.
I just manifest this bit of my soul.
Cool. So yeah, this place that is already kind of soul-like anyways, connected to your golden road that is also your soul, and you just kind of put your hand out, and I imagine almost as if stepping down from your shepherd's cottage comes your glowing golden angel avatar, and just kind of floating in.
Yeah, it's very statue-like.
That's right.
Like, it looks like a carved statue of an angel holding a big golden sword until it moves.
Fair.
And I just kind of want to indicate it and say, I can do this. I want to do more. And presently, I can't. I don't have the information I need. I don't have the experience I need to push beyond this.
There is the sound of cannons in the distance, of a rumbling, thunderous laugh. And it says, so it is not knowledge that you seek. You want power. You want ability.
Yes. Well, in my experience, knowledge grants those. But yes, it is the power and the ability I lack. I seek to improve.
Then you must reach beyond. How would it say this? I guess it is your mind interpreting this, so it makes sense. You must reach beyond the practices that you know, merely spells worked upon the world, and you must change them. Not merely laying a spell upon something that changes them, and the spell is doing the work, but you must change their very patterns. And I think, and because Ash may also be feeling this like a no duh, because like Max is like, I know, I'm trying to figure that out.
How do I do that?
The pike wall moves forward with like a unified, shuffle step. Everybody kind of moving together. No gaps, no breaks. And the pikes that are there before you're getting like, okay, hold up, and like sliding past you, like you're being enveloped by the wall, you and your statue. They we'll say they march past you, but basically you kind of get squeezed into that like press of bodies, and they move past you, and you are on the other side, and you are not on a hill with a bunch of soldiers behind you. That was a doorway, a passage, a something, and you have no sensation of moving, just it moved past you, like a bad haunted house or a people mover or something like that. And the terrain shifts to honestly looks like a gymnasium. I'm trying to imagine what that looks like in 1857. It's a bunch of dudes in white shirts with really big boxing gloves. Well, actually, no, probably bare knuckle, boxing kind of stuff. And yeah, and it's just actually no, screw that. It's not even modern. You are in a like Greco-Roman. No, we're it's Spartan. Yeah.
Yep.
And it is just, I was going to say burly, probably lean, naked dudes and women, because Sparta, mildly progressive, save for the whole heavily slavery thing.
Except for everything else about it.
Yeah. Throwing each other around. Like this looks like it could be out of a history book, but some of the stuff here is like, that's breaking the laws of physics. Like a lot of this is, again, for our modern view, would be like, this is like some superhero shit. Like somebody's throwing somebody over their shoulder or across the room. Other people are doing the flying Superman punch. Other folks are moving at like blinding speed with like dueling swords or spears and shields. It's just everything is cranked to 11. It's probably on par with kind of what Adamantine Arrow would be doing with spells, right? But these just appear to be, just normal humans, and they're just like beat the crap out of each other. Like this is not a like. Honestly, probably could have also gone with Viking. Like this is just no holds barred. We're fighting to get better. And we're not worried about hurting one another, because if you're not pushing yourself that hard, right? This is what everybody who's trained and done any kind of physical sports training, you want to be able to do, but you can't because you're risking hurting yourself. These guys are like, nah, it's cool, go for it. Human limits, the whole like mom strength to lift a car. Let's just do that all the time. Who cares what it does to our bodies?
Okay.
Yeah. And so it is mayhem, and you hear that similar voice made from the sound of impacts and grunts and metal clangs, and just this susurrus of very active gym sounds. And it says, pick up a weapon, learn.
Okay. Yeah, I would just pull out, I would pick up one of theirs instead of grabbing my sword.
Sure.
Something sword-like. If I can find a sword, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, they've got their peel on, but they got their little short swords. And
just because that's what I know the best.
Sure. Gladii is what the Romans called it. I don't know what the Greek would be. But yeah, as soon as you reach down to pick up a sword, there is a woman roughly matching Max's build if Max went to the gym every day. And Max is already like archmaged, is she's buffed up, and this woman looks like what Max wants to be, right?
Yep.
And she's a blood curdling, I'm going to kill you scream with a matching sword flinging, and
okay.
Let's get an actual honest to God. I'm good with dexterity or strength plus weaponry roll. because I appreciate, I've been reading the rules for Fabula Ultima recently, and talking about, hey, so the consequences of this roll, if you get a success, that's all we're looking for, not doing a post roll or anything like that. You are not, injured, and for the meta knowledge, that will injuries here will mean training took longer.
Okay.
Obviously, a failure means that you are injured and therefore take longer.
Can I use willpower?
Yep. You've already sacrificed a dot. Yeah, you can definitely still spend what you've got.
Okay, 4.
Hey, heck yeah, 4 successes. With 4 successes, I feel like Max
there's
just
so many ones in that roll, but 4 successes.
Good Lord. 1, 2, 3.
It's a lot of ones.
You got as many ones as you did successes, which I believe means even in the World of Darkness stuff still wouldn't be a botch. So, hey, good job. And I feel like this means Max just takes to it, right? She picks up the sword, she hears the scream, and there's just that moment where she looks at the camera, she's like, oh yeah. Like this is what I've wanted. Because let's be real, in Purgatory Bluff,
I haven't gotten to do anything like this.
And there's nobody you could even ask to duel because Legba is strong. Petrichor's a skilled, gunfighter. Nobody has weapons. Nobody does swords.
Legba's very anti-fighting at this point too.
Also very true.
Yeah.
He probably would enjoy the sport of dueling, but it would be very zen for him, and be like,
I want blood-curdling brawl.
Right. And you get it. You and this avatar aspect, you're not sure, you don't, the thinking part of your brain gets to turn off for a sec, as it just drops into reflex and fighting. And as you handle this one woman coming at you with a sword with a plum, as you kind of you get your stance set, you're going back and forth, you're getting the rhythm of the battle, and you're feeling comfortable. And that's when the guy comes at you with a big two-handed, it would probably be a big hammer, but it looks like it's just it's got a wooden head, so maybe it'll hurt a little less than a metal one. Guess what? Roll again.
Okay. One.
Hey, all right. How much willpower do you have?
Well, did I get my boxes that I had used before back?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, I've only spent 1, but I have 5 left.
Okay, because I know you've given up at least 2 dots so far from supernal shenanigans. Yeah, this one. Okay, cool. Wasn't expecting that, but cool. Okay, kind of getting closer. Play to the fact that you've got the shorter sword. He's got the big hammer. No problem. Stab, and you actually land hits on this guy, because the woman, she was also kind of playing at your range, and it was very ting 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 kind of stuff. And this guy just nope, stab, and you leave wounds that do not bleed. Very clearly, you see muscle parting, there is a very clear wound. It's not empty inside or anything like that, and he seems to kind of reel back, and just makes it matter. Go ahead and roll again.
I'll put a willpower in this one because
sure,
I didn't on the last one because I was caught off guard.
Sure,
but now I can think about it. 4.
And you give another 4 successes. Right. Okay. So we add the 3 willpower, you get 3 more successes. Math.
Yep, that's how it works.
Yeah. With 4 successes, I feel like this guy is just, he's not out of his league, but he's just ill-prepared for fighting. How does Max fight? Because we haven't seen this kind of stuff.
I feel like she fights really kind of aggressively in a way that you wouldn't expect from her normal bearing. Um, like she's high on strength, high on weaponry. It's very uh controlled but very aggressive. Like she doesn't really let you get openings.
Like Krav Maga kind of stuff, where it's just like, I am
Yeah.
very aggressive, in your face, no holds barred, because I'm not being nice. I'm
Yes.
fighting to kill or defend myself, and I don't care. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's. I was about to verbalize something. I was like, let me check in on the. Yeah. I feel like this guy comes in again, and she's like, nope. And just like, well, he doesn't bleed. Okay, I'm just gonna stab him more, and just like the very close in, I'm and just like, okay, Achilles, this tendon, that tendon, this what femoral artery, just like, I'm just going to do a bunch of, you got a little sword that you're working with, and I'm not gonna try and decapitate this guy. I'm just gonna disable him heavily and make him bleed.
Take him out.
Yeah, dude does not bleed, but once tendons start severing, he kind of does crumple to the floor and kind of, pulls itself away. And then that's when the pair of dogs launch at you. That's right, Ash. Dogs. What are you gonna do?
You're gonna make me fight a dog.
And this is how Ash gets canceled. Yeah, you guys see that episode where Ash killed dogs? Can't believe her.
Yep.
And let's be clear, for anybody at home trying to visualize this thing, this is not cute little golden retrievers. These are big mongrel mixed breed. Well, I don't know what the Greeks would have, but these are big, gnarly, angry, hungry, dogs bred for war.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how this would look from her, because her whole shadow name is a dog.
Yep. I am a-okay with you getting like into it here.
Yeah. I feel like she would just kind of round on them, and I mean, she has the life magic to just shapeshift. And yeah, just Great Pyrenees brawling.
I'm totally okay with it. I guess it would probably be brawl technically.
I only have 2 dots in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what is the roll to just turn into a beast?
Oh, I mean, that is the flavor of it.
Yeah.
Roll whatever you want though, like to reflect it. So, strength in athletics would also be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Because that athletics would be more of the like grapple kind of thing. So yeah, I do love the idea of like, oh yeah, I'm absolutely going to like cut this guy with a big axe or hammer down to size. Dogs, and she just drops into the biggest dire Pyrenees, right? Just
fully
throwing some doggy punches, and then like the submission, grab on neck, growl, shake. I imagine. Like, I'm totally okay killing these humanoids. These dogs, though. I just want to make them submit.
Well, not really. No, because
No?
their whole thing is that they kill wolves.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if Max would do that, or if Ash was willing to say.
I'm being attacked by like feral dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm seeing in my head the Pyrenees with the iron collar and just their whole head covered in blood.
Yeah. We will. Don't worry, folks at home. We're all dog lovers here. Big white Pyrenees walks away with blood on her face, and that's all. We'll go into that. But yeah, dogs put down, and that's when the freaking elephant charges at you.
Oh God. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I feel like for that she would probably. I'm also imagining her form shifting just very fluidly.
Mhm.
Like literally, she sword fighting this guy and then just turns and is a great beast.
Oh yeah, very
And
Merlin and Mim fight from
yeah,
Sword and Stone.
and yeah, an elephant shows up and it's just like there's a beat of just fuck. And then yeah, she's back as her regular self with sword, and I'm probably gonna do this one as Dex to try to avoid getting
Sure.
squished while
Yeah.
I'm attempting to like cut the tendons on its feet to bring it down.
Sure. I you know, if like this is heavily narrative here, so if it's a I roll to the side and try and grab a spear, totally cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picturing I am going to get small swords, and my main thought on dealing with something this big is to bring it down so it can't trample.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to duck and weave and cut the tendons on its legs.
I dig it.
I'm going to spend willpower on this one. 2.
2 successes, no problem. Yeah. We have, you know, how many references am I going to make? So we have Luke fighting the AT-AT, just cutting, but you know, and ducking under it and just stab. Because was it the African elephants that are the really big ones, right? It's not like, you know, the Indian ones. You know, oh yeah, I'm just going to sit on
Asian
top of
elephants
this.
are a bit smaller, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, big gnarly, you know, bull elephant charging at you, and just there's room to duck underneath and stab and cut and, you know, twirl away. And I imagine at this point Max is like, okay, no, I am ready. I've
Yep.
got the vibe here. Max then comes face to face with a thing that she has never seen or heard of. It's just a large metal contraption, heavy, loud, thunderous thing with a long barrel atop it. Yeah, she's facing a literal tank.
Okay. Can I attempt to use like forces here?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um it's a big metal thing. Can we melt it?
Hell yes. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you are in a place where, again, the physics don't really matter. This is
yeah, I'm just trying to think of like when presented with this, what would she think to do? And it's just
cast heat metal. Correct.
yeah. Yep, just we're gonna dissolve it if we can.
Sure. Yeah. Gnosis plus forces. Which, by the way, is my favorite combination to say. It just flows. Gnosis plus forces.
7. Okay.
Max,
I rolled 11 dice.
Max looks at this thing and goes, what is this shenanigan? And just waves her hand, and the thing just falls apart. Inside are like soldiers in modern to us uniforms yelling as molten metal is falling onto them. And they,
I mean, to be fair, they are also like Temple of Doom or Last Crusade melting.
oh yeah, that's true. They're probably also just,
I didn't know there were people in there, and I just did.
Yeah, she said all that goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine by me. I mean, technically, at Forces 5, you have, I think the spell's Annihilation, where you just make all the atomic bonds just go.
Just
So yeah,
disassemble it.
yeah. This is potentially nicer. And at that point, like, you whirl to the next bullshit thing that gets flung at you. And it's just quiet. You are still in this enormous gymnasium that now has, when your back was turned, enlarged itself to fit an African elephant in a fucking M1A1 Abrams tank. And the signs of your, well, I was going to say struggle, but you just I mean, admittedly, you're rolling 8 dice for a lot of this, but
yeah,
Max.
I mean, it was a fight.
Yeah, Max just like, probably breathing hard and just like, but there's no signs of destruction. There's no remains left behind. Heck, there's no blood on her mouth. And things just kind of settle. There's well, actually, things don't settle. It's just things are suddenly just eerily quiet because there were screaming soldiers a second ago, and then it's all gone. And the sounds of sparring and superhero level combat is just stopped, and just standing alone in the gym, and you hear the voice sounding again, kind of like metal smacking metal. And now a little clearer, perhaps, is more of a sword on shield sound, and says, just change them.
Okay.
And like very much a grade school trying to explain 2 + 2 = 4, and the child just doesn't get it, and you're like, I don't know how to make this any clearer, please.
Okay.
Yeah. And let me jump over here real fast, because there's a description of the practices, and I feel like there is something in the way the words are spoken, right? Perhaps it's just the fact that she went from fighting, hand to hand, to actually very, very narratively appropriate, but this is all just Ash changing herself, and then admittedly melting, but still counts as changing a tank, and kind of getting the idea that like not casting a spell to enhance or change somebody as you have with patterning with 4 dots, but into actually incorporating arcana into their pattern. Not a like, oh, I can give you wings. Okay, that's cool, but then the wings go away. I'm still me, but something that is
fundamentally changed them.
Yeah, at a root level, for modern stuff, where I'm going to get into the code and rewrite their very existence, changing them with your arcana. This, of course, goes alongside with the ability to, of course, rather than just imbue something with arcana, but to actually remove aspects of an arcana. Now, in your case, just prime, but prime is kind of important for a lot of stuff.
It's especially in her view, prime is the core of everything.
Yeah, spoken like an Abrimos. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's God's arcana.
Yeah, very true. With that, you can increase your Gnosis by 1 and your Prime Arcana by 1.
How do I increase Prime Arcana?
Yeah, like I said, you just jump to the attributes and abilities thing.
Yeah, that last one.
And then just scroll down and just make it 7.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, these don't make sense. It goes.
They're completely wacky out of order.
It
I
goes
think.
fate, time, chronicle, wits, intelligence, resolve, willpower.
Yep.
I
And
assume the skills would be grouped, and then the
the
arcana
fun
would be
thing
grouped,
is,
but
it's, I think, based on when you first put information into them, because Rilla,
oh,
who I use as my placeholder, like hers is roll display, chronicle, virtue, vice, intelligence, prime, forces, fate. Yeah. So, yeah. Absolutely out of order.
yes, yeah.
That said, for your future reference, on the right side, it's kind of invisible until you hover. You have little drag things, so you can pull it back up to the top if you want. For as often as we're going to be updating those stats, but
Yeah, I'm just looking. I found life, and
does Control F on this page work? Hey, it does. Yeah. So if you're looking at that page, you can Control F. Yep. Yay. Learning on the fly. Yeah. So with that, I feel like in the middle of Spartan gymnasium, there's that lingering phrase in her mind, which, and again, this is the supernal realm being filtered through her perceptions and what the entity is sending. So this is very much the the entire time you've been speaking technically would have been high speech, but even the idea of speaking a particular language is unnecessary here. And yeah, you get a hands-on experience with people, things, and then herself changing. It's like that's the baseline. Now more. And I imagine, actually, considering her experiences, it's like, oh, okay, now I understand how certain people exist.
yep, you can just, on a fundamental level,
shove some space into them and make them
just
6 different people.
Arcane into them.
It's fine. Worked out for some of them. Yeah.
Okay.
And then having got that knowledge, I imagine she returns back to her Sentimani.
Yeah. Can I rest there?
In your Sentimani?
Yeah.
Technically, yes. Rest in what way?
I don't know. I just feel like after that whole trial, really just kind of want a safe place to crash for a little bit.
Sure.
To recover. It's all mentally and on a soul level.
Right. But still effort. But yeah, I got you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think it's super appropriate. Okay, I went and did a day of training. Your sense of time here is completely blasted. But then you have your little cottage, which I imagine has a little cot in it. There's a little chair outside, and just I'm just gonna sit. There's no falling asleep here, but you definitely have that and now I'm just going to rest a second and kind of enjoy the view.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very idyllic.
Yep. Yeah, because this is the fun aspect of the supernal. It's this is what I'm trying to add to the world. This is what I'm trying to put emphasis to the world. And it's yep, I will fight, I will protect, but really I just some peace and quiet, some peace emphasis, I think.
The reason you do it. Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody is trying to understand and doesn't get it, just think of Maximus. Is it Maximus? Pretty sure it's Maximus walking with his hands through the wheat in Gladiator. You go to war so you can come home and not have to fight, and you can just chill.
Yep.
So I like that. So yeah, you rest, compose yourself. What's next?
Head back to the physical realm.
Cool.
With my knowledge and my ideas. Am I still at the hotel?
Once you move to the Golden Road, you are no longer in the material. You are in the Golden Road. So
okay, so like my physical body wasn't there.
Oh yeah, no, your physical body, when you go to the Golden Road, you stop existing out there. It's actually one of the reasons the Pax Arcanum is kind of important is when you cast spells out there, you can affect the entire world. But you as an Archmage, if you're sitting in your Golden Road, you're not in the world. And you get missed on those spells. So that whole like, oh, somebody blew up the world. And then people get mad and come back and fix it. It's the people who are sitting in the Golden Road going, who blew up the world? Let me come down there, slap that Acanthus on the head, rewind time a little bit, jump back, smack him again, and undo that crap.
Okay. Yeah. I'll head back to the physical realm.
Yeah. So when doing that, you can step out into a couple different places. Now, obviously, you have space for so once you're actually in the physical, you have a pretty easy way of things in terms of going about. Technically, you spend a point of mana, don't worry about that, and step into the image of yourself. You appear at your choice of the nearest domain or 5-dot hallow to your point of departure. So you would show up in some mage's hallow or domain. The location of any of your subsoul, you don't have any of those, or soul stones, or the seed of any chantry which you haven't created, or absence of any other valid options, the domain or hallow of which she has the strongest sympathetic connection.
I really don't want to go to just the closest one because I don't know who that belongs to. So I guess I'd probably go back to my soulstone.
Okay. Yeah. Back to Purgatory Bluff.
Yep. It's been a few days. So yeah, stepping out onto the top of the mountain, which is where I set up my domain.
Yep.
Yeah. Are the other folks back in town yet or no?
Do you
well,
go down?
What day is it? Yeah.
You are up on top of the ridge line of Purgatory Bluff. You do not have a cell phone for which to check what day it is.
Yep. Okay, yeah, we'll head back down into town and just sort of. I'd probably go to Jules. Just because.
Now, here's my question: do you turn yourself invisible because y'all left? Do you just suddenly appear one day and then or do you just like invisibly sneak into Jules? Jules, what day is it?
Yeah, that's probably smart. Just because we didn't come back, and it was kind of like, how did you get here?
Yep.
So yeah, I'll be invisible. I would rather have like incognito presence just so that they don't think about me, but I don't have mind. So,
and that said, invisibility is just as good for your purposes. You're not trying to dodge mages. I will mention, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so you do hear back telepathically from Legba.
Okay, so he's here.
Yep. Yep. Sorry, I'm trying to keep timey-wimey stuff, folks. It's a great concept, but I've got to keep notes, otherwise I forget stuff. But yeah, you poke your head in with Jules. I guess technically you could ask either of them what day it is, and you get confirmation that it is the 3rd. You have been gone not even a full day since you left Constantinople. Actually, probably this is with time shifting from New York.
Time zones.
You may have spent a few minutes in the supernal.
Okay, that's...
If you had failed some saves, we would have a very different conversation.
Okay, if I failed some of them rolls, I might have needed
they were
longer.
2 days each.
Oh, okay. Well, it's great. It's fine.
I was like, okay, well, if she's not going to fail any, we'll just leave it. So yeah, that was, if I remember correctly, that was going to be like 2 weeks or something like that. I think I'd worked it out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 14, 12 days. But yeah, either way, yeah.
It's passed. It's fine.
Yep, totally fine. Yeah, so you definitely have the like, oh, it's later that afternoon, like after you had a big old fight, all this stuff, sat to rest at the shepherd's cottage. Okay, let's go back to reality. And yeah, you definitely have some like effectively time dilation for yourself. You've put in a day of work and it's been a handful of hours.
I'm feeling like weird sort of inverse jet lag. It's like, wow, I'm exhausted and no time has passed.
No time has passed. Yep.
Yeah, I probably just gonna go like actually sleep just because I have work to do, but God, I've been awake for a lot of hours. Even if it hasn't
technically you're an archmage. You don't really even need sleep. But
sleep is nice.
Correct. I was gonna say I'm totally on board with the idea. Totally okay. But yeah, because it is not an actual necessity for you, but once you're here, you are in a physical body. Sleep feels good. So yeah, I like the idea of checking in with Jules, being like, hey, what day is it? Oh, I'm going to go lay down. Are you back?
Yep.
No. Jules going, okay.
I still have work to do. I'll just checking in.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah. So you get, several hours of sleep, probably wake up like later that evening. You can restore a dot of willpower.
Oh, the dot.
Excuse me. Point of willpower. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank you for the clarification.
I get it back. Okay. So yeah, I just need some people to change.
Sure, no big deal. I also envisioned like leaving the Sentimani, coming through the Golden Road and being like, I need to head back to the material, and walking past St. Peter's sword hanging up on your wall there and going, coming back for you. Just 1 minute.
Yeah, okay. And since I've still got technically still not megalomaniacal, just really, really convinced in my own capability.
Yep. I can do this, yeah.
I'm trying to think. I should probably not recruit from Purgatory Bluff just because I feel like the other members of the Cabal might not like that.
I mean, 6 to 1, half dozen the other. Like, these are your people. Now, that said, Legba and Solace and Darkness both kind of have a prior claim on a lot of the farmers that are out there.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
now that said,
I feel like they're not theirs, but they kind of are.
Yep.
But I feel like around here is not a bad place to find shepherds.
Oh yeah, like
Actually,
this.
is there? There's cattle ranching. Yeah.
Right. I was just saying you're not going to find shepherds, but you're going to find cowboys.
Uh, yeah. Let's go find some cowboys.
Yes. I legitimately had been thinking of nudging you. That Ash has been talking about finding shepherds for a long time, and I'm like, it's called Into the West. Like, what's the evolution from shepherd?
I mean, at this time there were a lot of shepherds in.
Oh
New
yeah,
England.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just for our game out here in the Wild West.
Yeah.
It's right there,
And I mean,
Ash.
now that I am back out here,
You walk out, you're going, oh yeah, screw shepherds. I need guys with guns and big hats.
so yeah, I'm just gonna go. I mean, I need to find them.
I mean, finding them is pretty easy. You have life 4, so you can throw out a really big life web. You can do the Isabel thing and take to the skies and fly.
Okay, I like the idea of flying. I feel like that also tracks with what I'm trying to do, which is give them a
Holy message.
a holy message, give them a commission.
Yeah, I was also going to suggest, you know, a guy who happens to employ actually quite a few cowboys in the area.
Who's that?
Ike.
I don't want to get Ike's people.
Just throwing it out there, but also fair.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm specifically looking for people from outside of our little.
Oh
area.
yeah, I figured, but I was like, you know, we could really just do this up and be like, hey, Ike, a bunch of your cowboys left, and we're saying something about they have a holy mission.
Mission from God.
From this nice lady in a dress with wings. Yeah. But yeah, taking the sky and flying and searching out, because be honest, you just spot the big cattle hordes, right?
Big
moving through.
Herd moving along.
And I know we discussed, you were talking about thinking of getting hold of families, which admittedly some of these cowboys are probably going in like some like, you know, father-son pairings, or some probably are actually families, though those are probably a little rarer as far as I'm aware, historically speaking. But you know, there's going to be some heads of household that you can find.
That's what I'm trying to get, because if I am altering a bloodline, I want there to be multiple members.
Absolutely. And so I'm good with a little time skip here, and kind of pass it to you of what do you think Max, like, is she swooping in and finding some people and like, you know, come with me and taking them places, or you know, laying hands on them one by one, you know, or do we pick up with, you know, Max holding a big ritual with a bunch of, you know, awestruck men holding their hats in their hands. What do you think this looks like?
I was thinking of basically like, can I use that sword more than once, or do I need to do it all at once?
Oh, the spell.
Yeah.
Usually the idea is that the quintessence is used up with a cast.
Okay. Then yeah, I would be like finding likely patriarchs and going down to them and basically giving them a pitch of the world is facing a coming peril. Um, Humanity needs its guardians, and I believe that you would be your family, your lineage would be um, well chosen.
I like that.
And they're basically, again, being approached by an angel out of the sky.
Yep. Little bit of hubris there, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
The cool
it's a bit hubrisy, but again,
so is this whole thing.
I'm doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, also true. Spoken like a true silver ladder. The nice thing is you have Death 1 and Mind 1 without even like looking into their thoughts, which technically is a little bit higher in mind. You can check out soul marks and see if there's anything weighing heavily on them. You can also check like what their aspirations and obsessions are. So I like the idea of her just kind of flying and reaching down, and sensory range is pretty long if you have forces for eagle vision and you're flying, right? And just being like, what about him? No. What about him? No. No, definitely not. Hey.
Yep.
This is a good guy.
That's basically exactly what I had in mind. And then just into them. And I want to give them the choice.
Absolutely, yeah.
Rather than just sort of like taking the magic and shoving it into random people that I have picked.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, and any of them that I have spent a couple days doing that, and the ones that agreed, bring them all together into a nice big ritual one night where I'm envisioning it as essentially like knighting them with St. Peter's sword.
Oh, that's a really good imago. Yeah. And just like they don't see this sword. They probably see, her sword. But and then just, knighting all of them. And once they're proximi, they become sleepwalkers. You're gonna have a little bit of hubris rolls, but technically these folks, as long as you do it all kind of together, you're not even dealing with quiescence. They're going to remember all this. You can tell them stuff and they'll remember it. And they can begin training their families. I like that. So in my head, and you answered one of my questions, which was taking several days to do this. And basically flying about, all over the West, really, and finding a bunch of these hardworking cowboys, and finding the ones who got good hearts, who accept, and you get a handful of these guys, 10,
That's yeah, and I mean, I'm blessing bloodlines, so
right, exactly. And you're gonna have to have some fallout of some of these people who are gonna separate and things like that. But they will have your mark on them. You can find them, which may be the lingering threat that those fathers take to their families. But either way, fly out, find all of them that you like and that agree, and then bring them together. I like the idea of taking them back to Purgatory Bluff, in your domain, and doing it there. But you can take them wherever.
I mean, that is a pretty well set up place for it. Like ritualistically, it's
the high holy mountain.
Yeah.
Legba's working on making it more holy. He was doing that, and then you put your soul stone and made it a domain on top of it. It was perfect. And now, knighting these proximi as holy cowboys. So my question before we And am I going to make you roll dice for this? I think you can get a success with your 14 die before Yantras. So I think we'll just accept that it's gonna be successful. Yeah, what, I guess using the knight idea, what tenets of their order do you kind of give them? What kind of what kind of mission from God are you giving them? Is this a, hey, go out and do some good stuff, or I'm going to call you and I'm going to need you before long? Or what kind of mission?
It's primarily framing it to them as your purpose, essentially, in this service is to be a shield for humanity itself. You and your families will have the ability to strike down enemies of humanity, protect the flock.
The innocents.
Yeah, the innocents. Flock sounds better than herd.
Yes.
But yeah, basically, instead, I mean, they're still cowboys; they can still have their jobs, but you'll have the ability to find and to see the enemies, and the ability to strike them down before they can endanger the other folks.
I like that.
And yeah, generally they're kind of left to do their own thing, but you do need to be on call, sort of. There will probably be a time soon when you'll be called on.
Mm-hmm. I like that. So without painting them with a particularly bloody brush, you're making them hunters.
Yeah.
Like they're out to take care of humanity, look for bad stuff, put it down.
And
I like that.
Yeah, I do like having them as cowboys because they're moving around.
And this is the Chronicles of Darkness. We're not talking about the reality and historical stuff. Like when they're moving herds and there's stuff bumping in the night and people make jokes about, chupacabra, or no, that could be a werewolf, that could be some other monster, that could be a spirit who's come through from the gauntlet. Like, this is the world of darkness. So yeah, there's stuff they've probably heard of stuff.
And since they have should we go to like what their abilities are?
Did you pick out what blessings that you wanted to give them?
I have the Arcana. I haven't like picked out specific spells other than what their blessing / curse is.
Oh yeah. Let's do the curse. Yeah, because I mean the Arcana is going to be is it prime and forces because you're in Abrimos and then they get a third?
And life.
And life. Yeah.
Because they're meant to be guardians and helpers.
Yeah, so warriors and healers.
To heal. Yeah.
And then what is their curse and the aggravated?
It's a gift. It's essentially like always on geomancy vision. Is that the word for it? The things that you see ley lines and such. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're able to see the patterns in the world of magic and the way things flow, and that gets passed down along their bloodline. And the aggravated version of it, which is if they don't do their duty for long enough, it gets a lot worse and turns into like a full-on apocalypse site.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. Yeah. And so then they get to look into the aether and see all the stuff that is there. And it's so much harder to look away from. And for anybody who tries to, put this into their game, that does mean, hey, they have active mage sight on, so -2 to all their rolls.
Yep. So yeah, they have a always on sort of mini mage sight that lets them see beyond the mortal realm.
See
and
places
if they,
where
Mhm.
where things are coming together, and
yes,
and the big thing I think for me is the particular flavor that it has, and so
Mhm.
they can spot like, there's a whole lot of hate drawing into that place.
Yep, lets
Maybe
them
I should look
see
into that.
see when things are being manipulated. Also,
Oh, true. Mhm.
Yeah, it's a gift, and
Yeah,
if
they're gonna run into
they,
so many werewolves.
well, now they have a heads up instead of just running into them.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, and yeah, as long as they are roughly following the tenets laid out for them, they'll be fine. And if they don't, then yeah, they just full on either side.
It's a bad day. I mean, you can kind of get used to it, but nah.
It's rough.
Yep. Oh man.
And I see that as like sort of the supernal really pressing on them. Like if you are neglecting your duty, it's going to make itself so in your face that you cannot.
You just need to do it. That way you can
Yep.
get things back to normal, which is kind of the intent of the curse, anyways. So
Yeah.
I dig that.
It just takes the always weird eyes and just makes it turns up the intensity on it until you do right.
Yeah, true. Also, I'm thinking about it, and I'm a-okay with the idea of like laying hands on these patriarchs and the spell affecting their bloodlines. Or are you thinking you're getting like young married men, before they've had their first kid, kind of thing?
No, I was thinking of like patriarchs and the spell just sort of going through them out to their
Gotcha. I dig that. Yeah, that
already existing bloodline.
yeah. Well, because I was thinking, the young men who are prime and able, but yeah, I dig the patriarch idea. So yeah,
Yeah, that
they're
does become a little when it comes to consent because like those guys didn't consent, but their dad did.
you're already doing hubris. Yep. So whoops. I like that. Some good hubris with Ash. This episode and the last one. Cool. So I'm not making you roll for a spell. I am going to ask you for an active hubris roll. I'm pulling that up.
Have mitigating factors because I did actually think this one through.
Yeah. Yeah. I entirely agree. Oh my gosh. Where is wisdom? Because I think this is absolutely 3 dots because you are, quote, altering its nature long term.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is not deep in the selfish destruction, killing someone, but so that's 3 dice. Don't think this is following an obsession.
I mean, it might be.
And because what was your virtue?
Virtue is loyal.
Probably not. Definitely not your vice, because your vice was that insular?
Isolated.
Yeah. So
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 dots, or excuse me, 3 dice. And
You can't use willpower at least.
Cannot use willpower. Because as I'm looking here and I see you may not spend willpower on this roll.
0 again.
Cool. Cool.
Rip to my wisdom.
Yeah, which is fine. You're still at 6, which is still in that medium range where most mages are. You were at 8, so yeah, 6. Yep. The fun thing is going to be going back to the Cabal and everyone looking at you, and you're just sitting. Hey guys, guess who lost 2 wisdom over the weekend?
Yep, it's been a week, huh?
Yep. Yep. Which I guess that's true. Let's see here. So that was the 3rd, and then we spent a couple days flying around. So we can say that was probably, we'll say it was the 6th. On the 6th, Helena knights her patriarchs. I got there. Awesome. And then they're here in Purgatory Bluff, obviously. I imagine you return them back home.
Take them back to their
do
homes,
you,
their herds.
Do you mark out Purgatory Bluff as a home for their nightly order? Like a place that, like, hey, if shit hits the fan, you can come here? Or do you kind of keep this place a secret and they're just taken to the top? You know, because obviously they can tell that there's a town down there. It's not like that's secret, but which town it is amongst all the other towns, somebody might figure it out. Or,
I mean, we've also been like kind of spreading the word of Purgatory Bluff as a safe place.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would let them know that, not less of it as being like the home of their order, and more that if you need a safe place,
you can come.
This place will always welcome you. Is given the rules of you have to, I guess, have goodwill in your heart. If you come here, you'll always be welcome here.
Yeah. Or rather, you can't mean to hurt anybody here, which is actually really nice as the Arcmaster. If anybody gets really pissy that you've cursed them, they'll never find Purgatory Bluff. I'm looking for the Archmage who cursed my family. Sorry, not gonna find me. Or you have to really, really work at it, I guess. Cool. So yeah, you unite your patriarchs, return them home, and then can really finally take a break, rest. And on the 6th, Solace has also returned back to Purgatory Bluff. Maybe I'll cut that out. Nah, yours will be the last episode. YouTube guys, you already knew that. Yeah, you're just waiting on Petrichor to return. Legba, Solace, and you have already settled in, and yeah. Which means when we pick up next time, the gang will all be back together. It only took us 4 months to do this.
It's been a rough 4 months.
It has been. Yeah, I was looking at the video dates, and yeah, we started these in August. So
I feel like it was just September.
Yep. This is almost Christmas. On the plus side, y'all will hopefully be seeing these in January, but that was also like a couple months ago after we watch all these. So hey, thanks for hanging through, and I'm not going to promise, but I hope the next episodes will be right around the corner as the Cabal get back together, figure out what they have all learned, what terrible, terrible decisions they have all made. Ash has no idea.
Not just me.
Not just you. No,
okay.
No, you all made terrible, wonderful decisions, and I loved every bit of it.
My decisions were great.
Yeah.
Nothing went wrong ever.
No, no, your wisdom's chunked. I will let you walk away from this episode without any extra condition. We'll just take the fact that you have lost 2 wisdom and call it there. Yeah, when we return, get the gang together, plan strike on the god machine and its various anchors and tendrils and all the fallout that will be related to that as we head into basically the Into the West finale series of episodes. It won't be like just one episode. Up against the serpents, the nascent god machine, and we'll look on to what's after that. Thanks for joining us. As always, come by Discord, www.yeetinto.space, and come by the Discord, hang out, chat with us. And if you want to support us monetarily, you can do that too at www.staylucky.club. Yes, you do need to use the WWs. That's why I'm mentioning it.
It doesn't work for some reason.
It's so dumb. I don't know. I don't care. Just put the WWs in there. And we'll see you all next time.